The six sense bases plus their objects. All experiences happen here. All sufferings happen here. All insights happen here. All liberation happens here. Nothing outside this framework is relevant to know or knowable. This sutta grounds the entire practice in direct moment to moment experience. That's what the Buddha has to say regarding the senses, interior and external sense bases. They all consist of the six interior and exterior sense fields. And seeking delight in this interior and exterior sense bases causes suffering. And one who is suffering, who seeks delight in suffering, is not freed from that suffering. And there is one more sutta that is 35.28. Yes, this is sutta that is burning. The all consisting of the six interior and exterior sense fields is burning. This is the famous third sermon taught at Gaya, head to the followers of the three Kasapa brothers. So this is an interesting sutta. What we have read is like very much connected to this particular sutta. The senses, interior senses, exterior senses. Anybody would like to read? Yes, Nanda madam.
35.28 Burning. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Gaya's head, together with 1,000 bhikkhus. There the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhus thus: Bhikkhus, all is burning. And what, bhikkhus, is the all that is burning? The I is burning. Forms are burning. I consciousness is burning. I contact is burning. And whatever feeling arises with I contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hatred, with the fire of disillusion, burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair, I say. The ear is burning, the mind is burning, and whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hatred, with the fire of delusion, burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair, I say.
Okay, we'll take a pause over here. Before this sutta, we actually read two more short suttas, wherein the Buddha has said regarding the internal sense bases, the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and whoever seeks delight in it uh, is seeking delight in suffering, so he is no more freed from suffering. And the all sutta, wherein the Buddha says everything in this world is to be experienced through the eye, form, ear, sound, nose, smell, tongue, taste, body, touch, mind, and mental objects. And that is all the world is. And here the Buddha is talking about the dependent origination very much clearly regarding the eye is burning and the forms, the external forms, and the particular sense-based consciousness is also burning. The contact created by internal sense space, external forms, and sense based consciousness happening contact, and the feeling which is arising as a having contact as condition, whether pleasant, painful, or neither painful nor pleasant. This that too is burning, and these senses or all of this sense, internal sense space, external sense space consciousness, its corresponding contact, feeling, all of these things are burning. Burning with what? Burning with lust or greed, hatred, and delusion. And these are the fire. The greed, hatred, and delusion are burning of all of these contact, feeling, and internal sense space, external sense space. And now, with all of the senses, the eye, the ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind, and all of these things are being the external sense space, the internal sense based consciousness are being burned with the fire of greed, hatred, and delusion, and also burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair. So ultimately, all of this burning with the fire of greed, hatred, delusion is going to lead to suffering, to pain, to lamentation, to aging, and death. And then the Buddha says again regarding what the noble disciple or one who is a practitioner has to do and how the mind gets liberated. Nanda madam, please continue.
Being thus, because the instructed noble disciple experiences revulsion towards the I, towards forms, towards eye consciousness, towards eye contact, towards whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful or neither painful nor pleasant, experiences revulsion towards the ear, towards the mind, towards whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, experiencing revulsion, he becomes dispassionate. Through dispassion, his mind is liberated. When it is liberated, there comes the knowledge. It's liberated. He understands, destroyed is birth. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more for this state of being. This is what the Blessed One said. Elated, those bhikkhus delighted in the Blessed One's statement. And while this discourse was being spoken, the minds of the 1,000 bhikkhus were liberated from the taints by non-clinging.
Yes, thank you, Nanda madam. So here the Buddha is saying, seeing this, that means knowing that all of these senses are being burned through the fire of greed, hatred, and delusion. When you are seeing this, a student or the instructor, noble disciple experiences revulsion towards the eye, similarly to revulsion towards the form. So this revulsion is not like you don't like or something, but you know that this is not the ultimate. You don't seek delight in them. You know that this is just to be experienced, not to be followed. And you are not going to run behind the senses or sense pleasures. Even behind the eye consciousness towards contact, feeling, and either the feeling can be pleasant, painful, neither painful nor pleasant. Even the experiences of any of the sense spaces, they do not seek delight in them. They experience revulsion towards it. That means, okay, the experience is there, but the noble disciple do not cling to it. don't get attached to it. They do not delight in those experiences. And because of that non revulsion, because of revulsion towards the experiences, what happens is he becomes dispassionate. And through dispassion, his mind gets liberated. And when his mind is liberated, he knows that the mind is now liberated. Now, this is the last birth. What has to be done? The coming out of the existence has been done. There is no more rebirth. And when the Buddha was giving this discourse, the bhikkhus, 1,000 bhikkhus, were liberated from the taints by non clinging. So it's really interesting here when the Buddha is saying that we have to first see this, that the mind is burning, the ear, all of the senses, all of this contact, feeling, everything is burning. And this revulsion doesn't mean suppression, but it means seeing as it is. It's there, it arises, and it passes away. It's really interesting how the Buddha has given this particular sutta. Now we'll see what the ChatGPT has to say regarding this particular sutta, burning, the fire sermon. The Buddha declares all is burning, not metaphorically, not poetically. He means everything that arises at the six sense doors is burning with the fire of craving, aversion, and delusion. This description is the experiential reality of an unawakened mind. What exactly is burning? The Buddha breaks down each sense door, sense bases, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind, objects, form, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mental objects, or the mind objects. Consciousness, eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, and mind consciousness. Contact, feeling, pleasant, painful, and neutral. Every component of experience, from the bare sense space all the way through feeling, is on fire. Not because the senses themselves are bad, but because craving latches on to them. This is the same teaching as Saṁyutta Nikāya 23, the all, but now with the emphasis on the danger inherent in unenlightened perception. Burning with what? The Buddha says each senses process in burning with lust, hatred, delusion, raga, dosa, moha, craving and greed, aversion, ignorance that I am you, birth, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, despair. Why? Because these fires are the natural outcome of craving and ignorance. In twin language, burning, the tightness and the tension of craving, spinning dependent origination forward. How this relates to dependent origination? This is a direct description of the dependent origination sequence. Contact, feeling, feeling, craving, craving, clinging, clinging, becoming, becoming, birth, suffering. The Buddha is showing that feeling is burning because craving latches to it. Without craving, feeling is not dangerous. What is revulsion? Nibbida. In Twim, this is a key word and easily misunderstood. Bante thought Nibbida is not discussed. It is the clear seeing of the danger in craving. It is disillusionment, stepping back, losing interest in the old habits of grasping, seeing that this is suffering, this is not worth holding on to. The mind becomes disenchanted, not upset. This occurs naturally as insight deepens. especially around higher jhanas and the cessation experience. The dispassion, vairag, vairaga, viraga. In twin terms, this is simply craving ceases, the tightness lets go by itself, the mind relaxes fully. When the fires of lust, hatred, and delusion go out, the mind enters a state of coolness. Nibbana really means unbinding, going out, cooling. This is exactly what happens during the cessation of perception and feeling. Feeling ceases, craving not arise, craving cannot arise. The entire dependent origination sequence collapses. The mind returns knowing what had to be done has been done. The mind recognizes the cessation of craving, and that recognition shifts the view permanently. This is what Nelson Armstrong says. The liberation through non clinging. The sutta concludes the mind of the 1,000 bhikkhus were liberated from the tames by non clinging. This is classical arhanship language. And how did they reach it? Not by rejecting the senses, not by suppressing experiences, but by seeing the burning, becoming disenchanted, and letting craving fade away. This is exactly what the twin process is. Summary in twin terms: all is burning means as long as the craving is present, the entire sense field is unstable, stressful, and dangerous. Revulsion means wisdom seeing this craving is suffering. I am done with this. Dispassion means craving stops, the fire goes out. Liberation means no more clinging anywhere in the six sense spaces. Dependent origination stops. Birth and suffering no longer cease, no longer arise. The 1,000 monks become arhants because they saw the nature of contact, the nature of feeling, the danger in craving, the peace that comes from letting go. Exactly the path Bhante Vimalaramsi taught. Yeah, I think this is what it has to say. So these are the suttas that we thought of reading. This came to mind when I was looking for a sutta called "The World is Ablaze." I maybe this is from another translation, but actually the world is ablaze. So the world, the Buddha says, is the six senses, and the blaze is fire or burning. So this is what I when I searched for it, these came into my this week's study. So I gone through these suttas previously. I really liked it because when you go outside, when you see outside in the world, really everybody or most of the people are like running behind the senses for sense pleasures. But as a noble disciple or the practitioner, we can see those things clearly, and we have to still keep practicing regarding the all of the six senses and how they are burning or how the craving is coming up. In seeing, we have to see, not cling to those seeings. How seeking delight is very much into the suffering. That's what we can learn from these suttas. Anybody want to share something?
Yes, it is a very beautiful sutta, explains in detail the Four Noble Truths, especially the second noble truth, emphasizing craving is the culprit. Craving is what makes us suffer. It is almost unconscious when we are not aware of how the six sense bases work. The moment we understand it or make an effort to reduce and weaken and eventually uproot the craving and clinging and the attachment and desire, the tranquility and awareness and contentment take over, and eventually we are able to reverse the natural flowing of dependent origination. We are able to interrupt the dependent origination at feeling and craving links and experience that tranquility and calmness and relaxation, and eventually experience the disenchantment and dispassion, and experience the liberation, freedom from craving and clinging, which is, this is a beautiful sutta you have chosen, which explains everything in detail, step by step. Thank you very much. Really a beautiful sutta.
Yes, Nanda Madam, thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to add something? Why Paul or Sachin? Do you want to add something? If nothing to be shared, maybe we can share some merit. Let me bring the sharing merits up. We can all read together. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear stuck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May you all be well and happy. Wishing you all happiness. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.